Hey, welcome everybody. This is Ryan with Client Tether. I am here to introduce my colleague and friend in franchising, Mr. John Lee with Impact Marketing Services. John has been a veteran in franchising. He's been around for over 30 years, helping over 6,000 brands grow and expand with his unique strategy for brand opening marketing and just marketing in general. So, John, thank you for being here. Welcome aboard. Let's talk about impact marketing services. And I got to ask you, what are a couple of the major concerns that emerging brands should really be thinking about when it comes to their marketing approach?
Yeah, there's two. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate the introduction. There's two primary concerns for emerging brand franchises, and that is getting their new stores off the ground, make sure they're not struggling, make sure that they achieve break even as quickly as possible, making certain that that store on opening day has a store full of customers and a line out the door. And the second concern is current stores struggling. And we addressed both of those concerns with our opening launch and grand opening marketing program, as well as our Life Raft marketing program for underperforming locations. But this series today, we've developed, we just feel that the opening launch program is so critical to the success of an emerging brand. We feel the opening launch program is the most important promotion in the life of that new store. It's important for a couple of reasons. It helps the franchisee become successful faster, and it helps the franchisor with strong validation for prospective franchisees, and it helps the new franchisee break even quicker. As you know, we've developed a three-part series of avoid opening launch and grand opening disappointments. So this is the first of the series. The opening launch program is developed into three phases. The pre-opening phase, which we feel is absolutely critical, and most franchisors and franchisees, they overlook it. They don't start thinking about the marketing until about a day before the store is ready to open. That's the wrong approach. But the second phase is the now open phase, and then the grand opening phase. The grand opening should occur about 8 weeks after a store is open. So those are the three phases. What we're going to talk about today is the pre-opening phase in this first podcast. And you might show us the next slide.
Yep.
We feel that the opening launch program, our opening launch program, will ignite success for your new stores. We've tested and proven this concept for several years. And we feel that the planning process should begin as soon as the lease is signed for that space and the franchisee has the keys to the front door. And we want to develop what we call a front window billboard. And that should be up 60 days before the store opens. The franchisee sends us the dimensions. We develop the design. We develop the design for every window, pane, and door. And we print the window cleans and send them to the store. It's a turnkey process, but it is highly effective. It should be up 60 days before a store opens. And if we'll promote the brand, and we'll promote the menu, and we'll promote what we call this lead generation program, this enter to win free pizza, for example. You know, when a store is in their build out, the community is really curious of what's going in there and what are they going to sell and what are they going to open. And we don't want the public to see ladders and electrical wiring hanging down and men in there painting and all that. We want to promote the brand. And also, if you look at that front door, we want to promote a lead generation campaign. For example, enter to win a year of free pizza. They can enter, the passersby before the store opens can enter on their cell phone or go to the store's Facebook page and enter. So typically, we will have a database of cell phone numbers and email addresses over 1,000 by the time the store opens. And then at that point, we do a opening countdown beginning about 3 days before the store opens. You might go to the next slide there, Ryan.
Yep.
We want to do a countdown because 3 days before opening and then 2 days and so on and so forth.
Yep.
So we want to have a store full of customers and a line out the door. And you might show that next slide, Ryan, of the line. That's the result of this program.
Yeah,
On
it's a
that
lot of people.
slide, you'll see 128 people waiting in line
Wow,
before the store opens.
that's
And
great.
before the store opens. And the store is full all day long. Now, you take that and compare it to these two slides that you see for a pizza place and a taco place where the windows are bare. These two stores, one is in Minnesota, and the other one, the second one, the taco place, is in Scottsdale, where I live. I kept an eye on that, and those windows were bare until the day they opened. That is just a huge mistake, huge mistake. Your front windows of your new stores just can't look like that. It's a huge mistake. So it's something the franchisors do, and it's a mistake. So we want to have a crowd of people. We want to get a lot of people in the door. We have, like in this case of the store in Tampa, we had 128 people waiting in line the opening day. Um, we had 116 people served I mean 1,016 people, excuse me, served on grand opening day, and so this program is highly successful and nationwide.
Yeah,
So
this looks like a pretty happening place. There's a lot of people there crammed in there.
right,
Yeah,
exactly. And that's what helps get these stores off the ground. You can see all of our grand openings, just see a store full of customers and a line out the door. And there's only one chance to have an opening day, and it has
right.
to be wildly successful. So the franchisors have a choice. They can improve that program, make it highly successful, and and get a lot of people in the door. And we do the same for the grand opening to get a lot of customers and really expand that customer base. It's just critical. But I hate to see a store struggle. I know there's a vice president of marketing for a prospective client I was talking to a couple of years ago, and I said, "Tell me about your opening day." And the VP of marketing of this franchise company said, "Well, we uh, we open. We're kind of busy in the morning, and then we usually close. Usually close about 4 o'clock or so." I said, "Why do you close?" "Well, we don't have any customers." That cannot happen. That does not ever happen with our program. So if you want to have successful stores, let's talk. You can, there's no obligation to talk to me. You can call me, you can text me, you can email me, and we can talk about your new stores.
Yeah, thank you so much, John. I think this is fantastic. I don't think people realize how important it is to make a good impression right off the bat to get your brand and your franchise off the ground. And I think a lot of the pre-planning and pre-opening is so key to your overall success. And you can't do it opening day. You've got to start 3 months before, like you said. Um, Thank you, John, so much. This is Ryan with Client Tether. John Lee, where can people find you, John, to contact you with questions?
They can contact me at john@impactmarketingservices.com. It's JOHN, impactmarketingservices.com. You can call me or text me at 602-318-3008.
All right. Thank you, John. Have a good one.
You bet. Thank you, Ryan.